In a small, forgotten town nestled deep within the woods, there stood an eerie, abandoned asylum. The towering, decaying structure loomed like a malevolent sentinel. Shrouded in legends of madness and despair, few dared venture near. For the asylum's dark past was well known among the locals. One moonless night, a group of four friends, Jake, Sarah, Mark, and Emily, gathered around a flickering campfire, driven by curiosity and youthful bravado. They hatched a plan to explore the forsaken asylum. Armed with flashlights, they set out on their ill-fated adventure.
As they approached the asylum, the air grew colder, and a sense of foreboding settled over them. The asylum's windows were broken, and the front door hung ajar, inviting them to enter. A feeling of dread gripped them, but they pushed on, their curiosity overpowering their fear.
Inside, the asylum was a labyrinth of crumbling corridors and shattered sanity. The walls seemed to whisper tales of torment, and the very air was heavy with anguish. The friends ventured deeper, guided only by the dim beams of their flashlights. They soon reached the asylum's basement, where the darkness was absolute. The oppressive silence was broken only by the faint echo of dripping water. As they cautiously descended the creaking stairs, they came upon a rusted, padlocked door. Mark, the most daring of the group, declared, "We've come this far, we can't turn back now." With a resounding thud, he swung his shoulder against the door. It gave way, revealing a chamber filled with discarded medical equipment, stained restraints, and eerie, half-broken mannequins dressed in tattered hospital gowns. Emily shivered, clutching Sarah's arm. "This place gives me the creeps," she whispered. Jake, trying to lighten the mood, laughed nervously. "Come on. It's all just old junk." As they explored further, they stumbled upon a room filled with patient records. Dusty files and yellowed documents told tales of madness and experimentation. The name Dr. Eldridge appeared repeatedly, along with chilling descriptions of his inhumane treatments. Suddenly, a series of loud crashes echoed through the basement. The friends froze, their flashlights trembling in their hands. The noise seemed to come from deeper within the asylum. Sarah, her voice trembling, said, "We should leave. This place is cursed." But Mark, driven by both curiosity and arrogance, insisted they continue. "We're not leaving until we find something worth sharing on our channel." Reluctantly, they pressed on, following the eerie sounds. They found themselves in a vast, underground chamber, dimly illuminated by a flickering overhead light. In the center of the room was a gruesome sight: an old, rusted surgical table surrounded by chains and hooks. Sarah gasped, and Emily let out a whimper. Jake's flashlight revealed something even more unsettling: a shadowy figure, standing at the far end of the room, obscured by the darkness. The figure, clad in tattered rags, slowly turned toward them. It was a disfigured and ghastly apparition, its eyes hollow voids, and its skeletal hand reaching out. The friends screamed in terror, stumbling backward. Mark, panic-stricken, yelled, "Run!" They sprinted through the asylum's winding corridors, the haunting figure pursuing them relentlessly. Their screams echoed through the desolate halls as they frantically searched for an exit. Finally, they burst through the asylum's front door, gasping for breath in the moonlit night. They didn't stop until they had put a considerable distance between themselves and the asylum. The specter did not follow. As dawn broke, the four friends sat huddled around their campfire. Shaken and pale, they had survived the nightmarish encounter, but they knew they had trespassed into a realm of darkness beyond their comprehension. They vowed never to return to the abandoned asylum, and to leave the horrors they had witnessed behind. But deep down, they couldn't shake the feeling that the asylum's malevolent secrets had not released them entirely, and that the ghostly figure they encountered would haunt their nightmares forever.